so cute. Whenever I sing, look what he does. He's tired. He doesn't want to do it, but he sings along with me, I promise. Hey everyone, it's Mia, and welcome back to my channel. And oh my goodness, 2021 is like no more. That year went by so fast. I feel like literally every single year goes by faster and faster and faster, and I'm just like, please slow down. It's a new year, a new beginning. Now's a great time to set new goals for yourself and just turn a new leaf in your life or open a new chapter. It's a new year, a new beginning, a new you. That's what I want to focus on today. And today is gonna kind of be like how to make New Year's resolutions and stick to it, but I'm not gonna use that word because no one sticks to New Year's resolutions. But these goals for 2022, I'm going to stick to them, and I'm going to share with you how you can stick to your 2022 goals as well. And I've read books and found ways to identify your goals and then make smaller steps to then achieve those goals. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. There's a lot of studies also that show about how good it is for your mental health to have goals. Because, like, it's easy to get, like, depressed and stuff. Because a lot of people that are depressed, like, they feel like they have no purpose in life. So, anyways, you can research more of the science on it if you want, but just trust me. Anyways, step number 1 in achieving your 2022 goals is write down what you want to achieve at this time next year. Be specific. Don't make it general. Whatever your goal is, there needs to be smaller steps that you can make to achieve that goal. So this is something you're always working on throughout the year. And also divide the different categories of your different goals. Like, you may have a relationship goal, you may have a career goal, education goal, spiritual goal, whatever type of goal. Make sure to categorize them. So you're not just focusing on your career, or you're not just focusing on a relationship, but you're also focusing on personal, spiritual. So that's important to make columns. So a yearly goal I have is to grow in my faith and relationship with Christ, but I didn't write that down because that can be very general. So the stuff I wrote down is specific. Like, number 1, finish Old Testament. I know, by reading scripture, I will become closer to Christ and closer to God. So instead of making it super general, like become closer, where at the end of the year I'll be like, well, did I come closer to God? But no, if I write this and like write specific things that I know I can check off, okay, I definitely finished the Old Testament, I'm way more likely to actually achieve that goal because I have something that I can see the finish line. Read 5 books. And by books, any Christian book. Read 5 books in 2022. Number 3 is make Christian friends. Currently, I don't have a lot of Christian friends. I don't have a lot of friends in general because I'm just... We're not gonna get into that. That's a story for its own. But I want to make more Christian relationships. How am I going to make more Christian friends? Well, you'll see that in the monthly goal, weekly goal, steps I will take to then achieve that goal. So that's all for spiritual. Personal, I want to become an intuitive eater. If you know about me and my story, I struggle with an eating disorder, and I've been dealing with it for like almost, 2018, 19, 2020. Oh my gosh, almost like 4 years. Wow, that's sad. But no, I want to overcome it. I really do. My life this past year has a lot of times been revolved around the eating disorder and like falling into eating disorder habits and stuff. So I'm gonna try to never fall into one of my eating disorder temptations. I've been trying to do it myself, and that's something that I messed up on because I can't do it myself. And so I have help with a counselor, a Christian counselor, and I'm gonna rely on God to fix this for me because He's the only one that can. So that's my personal goals. Career goals is lead in a SAG after a show or movie. So what SAG is, it's union, so it's basically like a network or a streaming like a big show that you see on TV, or like a big movie on streaming stuff or in theaters or whatever. So I want to get a lead in a SAG. I want to hit 600,000 on YouTube. Yeah, I can't always control that, but what I can control is how much I post. And I was slacking off last year by missing months, and I wasn't slacking off, just life got in the way. But if you want to know more about that, watch this video. I'm really like stuffed up if you can't tell. So I want to hit 600,000, and again, that's not always in my control, but there are some things I can control, like making more content, making better quality content. And I'm coming out with my podcast in January 2022, and it's gonna be awesome, so stay tuned for that. Those are my yearly goals, and I'm gonna add some more when they pop up. Don't try to just make random stuff up that doesn't mean anything to you just to write it down on a list, because I fall into that trap a lot. Write stuff that is actually like meaningful to you and important, and keep it like minimal. You don't want to overwhelm yourself and be like, oh my gosh, I can't do that, that's way too much. So I might just keep my list at this, but if I think of anything, you can always add it. Okay, so my monthly goal ties into the yearly goal, and same with the weekly and daily. So for the yearly goal, the general thing was to grow in my faith. So my monthly goal is to memorize 4 verses, read 55 chapters in the Old Testament. If I do that every month, then I will finish the Old Testament from the place I'm at. Go to church at least 4 times, and then that'll help me make more Christian friends and grow closer to God. So you see how these smaller tasks fit into the bigger picture. So again, if I mess up the weekly goal or daily goal, I can then go to the monthly goal and say, hey, I may have missed a week posting on YouTube, but I'm gonna post 2 videos this week instead to make it up. And that will still help me to my overall goal in growing. Weekly goal is memorize 1 verse, because if I memorize 1 verse a week, then that'll be 4 a month. Read 14 chapters in Old Testament, go to church weekly, 7 days, ED habit free, post on YouTube. Then for the daily goal, I'm going to get into a habit tracker that will help me achieve my big yearly goals. So you see how making your big goal into smaller steps can help you achieve that goal realistically. Because sometimes when you set just like very like broad, big goals and you don't write it down, you don't critically think about it, they just stay like dreams and stuff. They don't really become things you're working toward. Don't overwhelm yourself. Like, don't just start like 100 habits on the first day, because then you're gonna be too overwhelmed, and if you mess up one, you're gonna be like, oh, well, screw all of them. So write down habits you want to start and then prioritize them, and pick like 1 or 2 to start, and then just keep adding more in when the one becomes a habit. So here are some of mine habits that I want to start. Number 1 is to do daily morning devotional. And I was doing that for a while, but then I got too busy, but that's such an excuse. I should never be too busy to spend time with God in the early morning. That's gonna be a habit tracker. That's probably the one I'm gonna start with. And then I also have meditate. I wanna start meditating more. So those are just a few habits that I have in mind that I'm gonna start at the beginning of the year. And after I master these habits, then I can start new ones. And you see how all of these small daily habits lead into my bigger yearly goal. So guys, that is how I plan on staying accountable and realistically reaching my 2022 goals. I want you guys to do this too and make goals for yourself. It is so important in life to have goals, to have something to work toward. And I'm gonna keep you guys accountable, and you're gonna keep me accountable. As you know, I'm starting the podcast, and monthly we're gonna check in on each other, and we're gonna keep each other accountable so we can really achieve our goals. So anyways, that is it for this video. My next video will be my first episode of the Tell Me About It podcast. And I can't wait to see you then. So make sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss when I post. Okay, bye guys.